Happy Tony Day to those who celebrate. Let this be a day of celebration and the gratitude that we get to do what we do. We get to love this thing called theater, this thing that changes people's lives, this thing that helps people to be seen, this thing that gets us closer to our humanity, this thing that helps us to see and experience other cultures, other ways of living, other stories out there being told.
That's Audra McDonald midday on Sunday after she'd done her Tony Awards performance rehearsal. And she knew she was going to be telling us a story. And that story started on the red carpet with her stunning Christian Siriano gown. Bam! Yeah, Audra was hypnotizing in the custom creation that both sparkled and shined. It's kind of like a side train, I guess, right? The show started at 8 p.m. Eastern, but yeah, both Audra's performance and her category weren't until very late in the show. So she came on stage at about 10:40 p.m. Eastern.
If I ever let it out, there wouldn't be signs big enough.
And this performance took some work to get prepared for, and I'm not just talking the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe. No.
She vibrates on such a high level. I describe her as a tornado or a hurricane.
Here's a rose.
She's not someone who's being affected by the hurricane. She is the hurricane. She's the outer bands of the hurricane. She's the eye of the hurricane.
Marvin and care. Marvin's letting loose. Marvin's got the smell.
And yeah, Gypsy is a character piece that is about a gradual unraveling, falling apart, a descent into madness, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it all culminates in Rose's turn, the last number in Act 2.
Because it's so beautifully constructed. The breakdown it's all you've got to do is just trust what Sondheim has given you. And I've been able to just sort of like explore the abyss that Rose has fallen into at this point.
Mama's gotta let go.
Yeah, instead of that slow build or descent, depending on how you look at it, that Audra gets to do over that 2-hour show, all of a sudden she's having to go from 0 to 99 at the drop of a hat for this Tony Awards performance.
Why did I do it?
Jenny Anderson was backstage and snapped this shot of Audra and wrote, "She was pacing and preparing and slowly turning into Mama Rose in front of my eyes. I didn't want to disturb her, but I couldn't not take a picture. Watching Audra McDonald before entering the stage and then watching her perform Rose's turn from the wings, those photos later, is something I will never forget."
Give them love, and what does it get you? What does it get you?
Tara Darrington also witnessed it and shared Jenna's photo on her Instagram story as well, writing, "Witnessing Audra McDonald spiral into the character of Mama Rose backstage before her Tony performance will be with me until my dying day."
So once I let go of the iconic sound and how this has to be a big bring the house down 11 o'clock number, I've let go of all of that.
And Audra was certainly ready when it came time for Rose's turn.
Someone tell me, what is it my turn?
On Tuesday, Audra shared Jenna's photo on her own Instagram story, adding, "Thank you for this, Jenny. Having to get to Rose's fractured state of mind without the whole show to precipitate the descent was hard, but I loved trying to meet that challenge."
This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. In my life.
Don't I get a dream for myself?
Well, the 5.1 million people that watched the Tony Awards live on Sunday night certainly saw Audra just crush that challenge. And the performance has gone viral on Twitter too, since the Gypsy Twitter account posted it that night. It's been viewed another 2.9 million times in the last 3 days. And yeah, the reason I'm doing this story 5 days after the Tonys is because, yeah, this just keeps on popping up in my feed, like over and over again. So yeah, people are talking about this.
Then where would you be, Miss Gypsy? Rosie?
Celebs are among those that are in awe of Audra's tour de force work.
Obviously, you are who you are and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
but
blah.
for me as a performer, watching you do that gave me hope. It made me an inspiration.
Rosie O'Donnell commented, "Legend, Audra," with a bunch of heart emojis. Karen Pittman wrote, "Girl, good God, I can't even. As a black woman, you make me walk a little taller. You're fire." Adrienne Warren, the star of the last 5 years, wrote, "That was one of the most incredible performances I've ever seen in my life. Our queen forever." Michelle Visage wrote, "That performance was magical." Linda Doolittle wrote, "You are unparalleled. I've never had such a visceral reaction to an on-screen performance. I cannot imagine what it was like to be in that room. Beyond masterful, otherworldly." While Deborah Roberts, who was in the crowd, wrote, "So wonderful, and congrats to you." Kelli O'Hara wrote, "It's undeniable, mind-blowing, every single time." while Kristen Chenoweth added a heart emoji, the praise emoji, and the clapping emoji. Carrie Preston wrote, stunning gown, and what a performance. And Anika Noni Rose simply wrote, ma'am. After an uproarious ovation, Audra stayed in character as she hobbled off stage. Then she had about 20 minutes to get out of her costume, out of the hair, out of the makeup.
What I do is I started saying to the character as I left the theater each night, you stay here. Thank you. You stay here. Audra's gonna go home. And Audra's gonna be Audra at home.
And then put, the glam dress back on, the readjusted makeup, and redo the hair, and go sit in her seat beside her husband and her daughter to see if she was going to win her 7th Tony.
For Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role in a Musical.
You want to know who I'm rooting for? I'll tell you who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the theater. I'm rooting for the theater. I'm rooting for the arts. That's who I'm rooting for.
Now, people can't see Audra on TV again in like a week and a half when the Gilded Age returns for season 3. And if you're in the Big Apple before October 5th, you can still see Audra's full descent into the abyss that is Gypsy on stage.
Gangway world, get off of my runway!
After Gypsy, I'm gonna lie down for a year.
Really?
Yes.
Well, at least for the rest of the year, 2025, at that point. Yeah. And she would have earned her rest. But until then, Audra, come on. What did you think of Audra's turn at the 2025 Tony Awards?